How early can you know? I'm going to give you a number with data. It makes sense why people are a little weaselly about this because, oh, they're just babies. I mean, you get a new baby every 2 months. They're constantly changing. Just wait and see. Pediatricians won't give a screener until 18 months. They'll push a diagnosis to 24. Regional center will say we don't diagnose until 24 months. They'll even try to push to 36 months. But you know what? If you talk to an autism parent, even if the diagnosis came much later, they will tell you that in retrospect, they knew. They knew early. They knew at 6 months, they knew at 12 months. Especially if they had a neurotypical sibling, they would be like, the differences were so apparent. And so something's going on. My son, when he was 15 months old, he was in a car seat. I was feeding him yogurt, and he wouldn't look at me for 30 minutes. He looked up, he looked down, he looked left, he looked right, and there was something wrong. And so I looked on Google, I looked on TikTok. All of it wasn't making sense. So I did some research. I like reading scientific papers. I've got a bit of a scientific background, and I found this by Pierce from UCSD, published in JAMA Pediatrics in 2019. And here's the number: 14 months old. By 14 months old, you can have a stable diagnosis of autism with a diagnostic stability of 79%, going up to 83%, and then leveling off there. And so all this is a fancy way of saying they took 1,169 toddlers and they tracked them year after year after year to see if the diagnosis changed. And in 84% of the cases for toddlers, it did not. In 14% of the cases, it went from autism to features of autism, but not quite all the way there. In only 2% of the cases did they lose the diagnosis entirely and went back to typically developing. And so that's huge. That means by 14 months, you don't need to wait any longer. There's no benefit. There's no, you're going to get more clarity if you wait another 2 months or another 4 months. You can know by 14 months whether your child is autistic, and that's huge. That information is very valuable because then you can start early intervention and then you can change your child's trajectory.
Link in bio.